Holy smokes, what a game!
Lipinski gets another. Oh no! He knocks him!
But Beast took down Jose. Can he do it in time? 3 seconds left. He got him low. He didn't do it.
What is going on, everybody? It's some more VREL quarterfinal action coming at you live here on VREL Gaming. 9 tickets have already been punched to the semifinals, and there are 3 spots left, but 6 teams in the lobby today. Who's going to make it on and who's going to be eliminated? Already some players in the lobby here, waiting for the rest to join in and waiting for these matches to start. And while they're waiting, let's check in on the bracket so far. So here, let's take a look. So yesterday we saw those 2 lobbies on the left already go down. Supreme Fugitives, Apex Elite, and Cosmic Vortex advancing in that first lobby. And that second lobby yesterday, Supreme Royals, Apex Eternals, and just another crew advancing. Then earlier today, just about 2 hours ago, all 3 VRS teams, Shockwave, Synergy, and Stunners advancing, showing some VRS dominance in the earlier lobby today. But at the bottom right, you see the teams we've got here. Supreme Genesis, Apex Predators, Supreme Fatal, G4 Intoxicated, Cobra NA, and Oracle CX only. 6 teams, only 3 can advance to the semifinals and join the top 12 in the VRL playoffs. Going for that $1,000 cash prize. So, those teams are all in the lobby a little bit, waiting on some more players to join in here too. So just to go over those teams a little bit, we're going to have Supreme Genesis with Mr. Awesome Jr., Holland the 5, Iron Pinks, maybe Spray and Pray in there. Apex Predators. They are going to be comprised of Featherith, Max the Penguin, X-Mac. Supreme Fatal. And then also G4 Intoxicated. Let's see. Supreme Fatal's got Angelic Messenger, Chimkin, Feeling the Blunt, Dab. We'll see who comes through today for them. G4 Intoxicated, it's got Winter, Fuse, Wraith, Function. Make that Wraith. Cobra NA, one of the classic Pop 1 dynasties. Today's probably going to be Danimal, Skittles, and Good Bet, if I had to guess. We'll see. I already saw Good Bet in the lobby today. And then Oracle CX only. They've got Jatango, AMD Guru, and DC OMG. We'll see exactly what the rosters are by the times these games start and by the times these teams are fully in the lobby, as we see here. Some of these players already warming up, taking some shots at each other. I'm trying to get these teams straight in my head. We've 2 Supreme teams, always guaranteed to confuse me a little bit. So it looks like we do have Danimal, Good Bet, and Skit here going to be playing for Cobra NA. Supreme Fatal not in the lobby yet as far as I see. Supreme Genesis is going to be the one with Mr. Awesome Jr. and Colin already in the lobby here. We'll see who their third is if they have one. Maybe an intense lobby today here. All these teams looking quite intimidating. It's a tough pick to see who's going to get top 3 out of these squads. check out the bracket again while we're still waiting for these squads to roll in. So once again, Cobra NA today is going to be, let's see, Good Bet, Skittles, and Danimal. Very intimidating squad there. Definitely going to be a hard 3-stack to take down. Apex Predators, they are already in the lobby here. They've got Feathereth, Max the Penguin, and X-Mac. So still, oh, nope. Looks like we are getting started here. Game 1 is underway. And there is Good Bet taking the hot drop first for Cobra NA. His teammates Skit and Danimal short to follow on some short pods. On the left here, we've got Apex Predators, Feathereth, Max the Penguin, and Mac dropping for Team D. Plenty of space between those two squads for them to loot up. And the zone not going to force either of those two squads to rotate early, so they'll be able to relax as much as they desire. Team E also with a lot of space here. Supreme Fatal. How many games left? You came at the right time. This is the beginning of the first game, Zone Killer. Is Team E, Supreme Fatal, dropping over that complex metro? Oh, and I spoke too soon on that zone, of course. Although neither of these teams will be forced to move. Cemetery's still in play here. Yeah, 4 games left as here's Team B, Winter, Fuse, and Function. That Farmlands Plains area. And that leads Team A, Supreme Genesis, over at Frontier. So it looks like we're missing a team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams total. So we'll only have 5 teams out of 6. So a lot of empty space in this lobby. Less early fights going to be forced. These players going to be wise to play for positioning. Play for that late game. A lot of these kills going to be coming in the last couple minutes of the game. But also, at the same time, if these players find an early fight, an isolated 3v3, there'll be a lot more space to work with to get that squad wipe without a third party coming in, messing your day up. Mr. Awesome Jr. leading up here for Supreme Genesis. And all of these players will have to move to this corner where Team B is already lurking. So Oracle CX only is the team that is not making it today. This is Intoxicated right here, Team B. And these teams getting real close. So that isolated fight is coming to fruition. Good Bet, Skit, and Danimal all coming across from Outpost looking for the early fight. Cobra NA very confident in their 3v3 abilities. And already an early AWP on the right side for Cobra NA. Not able to hit any shots yet. Skit and Good Bet taking some a little closer head peeks with their rapid fires. And it's Danimal with the AWP. One of the most accurate op users in the game. And there he does hit the shot on Mac. Spraying bullets, looking for more. And here we already see Feathereth rotating way over this way. We'll see if he decides to break off and try and survive for his team instead of taking a full engaged 3v3 here. But a little bit scary early for Apex Predators as Cobra NA closes the gap and makes it so they don't actually have that Cemetery zone. Cemetery in the zone after Team D dropped to Cemetery. But Team C for Cobra Cartel, making sure there's no space. So Feathereth takes that loop around and is now solo on this flank with Good Bet pushing him. When Danimal trying to take that angle, now Feathereth forced to build his way back. But Good Bet spraying through those builds, putting Feathereth on low health, and he's going to be forced to heal up a little bit. Good Bet pushing in. Feathereth trying to drop back. Mac already down the hill for Apex Predators. They're looking to run from this fight. Cobra NA already intimidating in game 1. So what's going on, Mega Zoomer? Game 1 already in action. Here's Danimal hits the shot on Mac. Good bet, almost able to finish him with some rapid fire shots. Not quite there, but Team D is already on the run and a little bit split up here. As Feathereth breaking out of the house too, and now Team D getting hit from the backside and from the right side. Danimal, same team flank as Cobra, finds the angle onto Feathereth. And from the opposite side, they're fighting over here. Angelic Messenger takes down Winter. So one player going down for G4 Intoxicated. Angelic Messenger of Supreme Fatal getting that kill. Chimkin Man with the appropriate poppin' chicken skin here. Now they're pressure fuse, and Danimal from the other side across the way at the apartments gets the shot on defuse with the AWP. Already in rhythm with the AWP early for Cobra NA. Here, Apex still on the run. They found Max. Skit takes him down. Max, the only one left, able to get the head peek kill on Skit, but he's got 2 more from Cobra NA chasing him. Good bet in his face. Mac does have the shotgun, but good bet with the P90, able to finish him with 30 health left, and that is it early for Apex Predators. Tough outing there with Cobra NA on them hot from the drop.
Battle zone is now shrinking.
And that might be tough for them throughout the lobby if they keep getting close drops from Cobra NA. I'm guessing they'll probably want to drop a little bit further away next game and avoid that intense early fight. Here, we've got Supreme Fatal grouping up inside, choosing their next move. Moving across the street, and from the tower, Colin the 5 getting the headshot 132 with his 2-star AWP onto Unethical. Colin playing this tower position with his 2 teammates below. So this is Supreme Genesis right here. Just took shots at Supreme Fatal. Now Winter trying to drop off the tower. And way too open there. Not able to get behind this little hardcover V-shape. Cobra NA racking up kills early here. And the tower proving a tough place to be right now. Is Function getting hit too. Everyone on the tower is getting shot at in one way or another. Danimal's op. One of the scarier guns in this lobby so far. And he's got a full loadout. AWP, DT, and AKM. He's ready to go. This zone still shrinking. Players moving in. The entire squad here for Supreme Fatal right here. Oh, DT fight breaking out. Function in the face of Skit. Skit chasing him down, and Skit gets the kill. Fuse, the only one left for the squad, trying to run away a little bit in the open with the op looking at him. Able to drop down into some hard cover with some space here. Keep the hopes alive for G4 Intoxicated. Luckily ate that banana, otherwise that shot would have killed him dead there from Danimal. So he's gonna drop back, look for the revive, get his team back alive. Cobra NA, led by Skit, went toward the tower, but Danimal and Goodbet are chilling back toward Defiance a little bit, but Skit
Battle zone shrinking in.
just
60
camping
seconds.
alone, waiting for somebody to move in. Ready for some solo action here. Let's check this zone real quick, see where these players gotta go. Okay, here is the next zone that they'll have to move to soon enough. Team E taking shots at Team A. But Team A moving into a potential 2v1 situation with Skit nearby. Waiting for Skit to move back toward his team. We'll see exactly how he chooses to make that move. As his 2 teammates are all the way over here, sniping at apartments. Neither of them with zone position either. And actually Skit might choose to stay there as part of the tower is in the zone. And anytime the tower's in the zone, that end game, you're looking for players to climb the tower, drop off, get some kills, and on cue, Skit starts climbing the tower right here, setting up his sniper spot. So after Apex Predators went down early, there has been a lot of chaotic action, but with only 4 teams this early alive, enough space for these talented players to run away. Ooh, and Pink Ponage takes down Winter with the AWP. Winter freshly revived there by Function. And now Skit on the pin drop. Or maybe just flying from the tower naturally. Pushing over. Fused with some close range op action onto Skit. And Skit in between two teammates here. But Goodbet and Winter closing the gap, coming to help out their teammate. Sniper shot lands. Skit pushing in off of that call out. Here's that the sniper shot hit, knowing the 2 shot from the DT is a kill. Nicely executed there from Skit, hearing the call out from Danimal. Ooh, more sniper shots landing for Pink Ponage's Function. Running again. Team B Intoxicated has been down bad this whole lobby. And he's just trying to make his way to the tower, climb up the tower in desperation. And it looks like that might not be a bad plan. A little bit of the tower in the zone here next, if he can make it up. But for now, just relaxing here is Function. And this zone definitely favors Cobra Cartel NA. Good bet. Danimal and Skit already in the zone. But Mr. Awesome Jr. and Pink Ponage have been hitting some shots early with their AWPs, so it's always a good way to get yourself from the outside of the zone in, hit them with a couple of snipes, force them to stop peeking, and they've hit each other with headshots there. It's talented players demonstrating their accuracy. Skit with the 1-star AWP, Mr. Awesome Jr. with the 2-star. Both of them hitting each other in the skull. Both of them taking their time and healing up, and that did actually open up some space for Ponage and Awesome Jr. to slide into this corner of the zone. And not as easy to hold people out of the zone in these Defiance zones where there's so many inside spaces in these apartments. A lot of windows breaking back here. Awesome Jr. and Pink Ponage head peeking this building, waiting for someone to look at them from Cobra NA at this apartment building. Animals looking with the op, hits Awesome Jr. Looking for more through the trees. Danimal getting hit, but he hits Pink Ponage right back. Even trade there in damage. Oh, and Colin takes down Function with the RFB. That's it for G4 Intoxicated. Never able to make it off the ground this game.
60 seconds.
So 3 teams left. All 3 alive on both teams. Who's going to take this game 1? Cobra NA has been looking solid so far. These other teams definitely going to be more desperate throughout the lobby to get into that top 3. It's Danimal still looking for those off headshots. You can't leave your head too open against him right now because he will hit it. But his head gets hit instead. Good bet with the constant shielding, giving Danimal some confidence to keep aiming down with that op, even knowing he might get hit. He knows those heals will come in immediately, get him back to full health quick. Teamwork there, enabling Danimal's op skills even more. And the supply drop located conveniently for Danimal to pick up heals whenever he needs. Angelic not peeking long enough for Danimal to get the shot off there. But now outside the zone looking in. Supreme Fatal's gonna have to make a move. The zone's gonna start burning more and more. They're gonna have to move directly in to Cobra NA and their apartment building. Angelic Messenger leading the charge with some builds here. Following pretty tightly as a squad, but they will be making that noise in the zone that Cobra NA can hear as they move in, so they know their exact positioning. Unethical gonna climb up. Angelic and Jimkin on the ground. Danimal with the op shot takes down 1. Hold 2 left for Supreme Fatal. Moving in. Unethical. Skit takes him down with the DT. Angelic all alone. Hiding inside. Third party comes in. Danimal with the close range op shot on the Pink Ponage. Awesome Jr. with the DT. Getting good bet low. Forcing him into the zone. Danimal forced into the zone as well. Huge plays from Team A. Gaining that position. Skit finishes off Angelic. So only 2 squads left. 3v3 here. But up top, Team A's regained this high ground position at such a good time. Good bit goes down to Colin's RFB. They're looking for more. Danimal and Skit inside. Underneath, Skit with the DT can be so lethal. Mr. Awesome takes down Danimal, so only Skit in the 1v3 here, and he's running, looking for some space on 50 HP. Popping all his sodas. Looking for some head DT, but that is it. Nice move into the zone there from Team A. Supreme Genesis times it up perfectly. Not immediately getting any kills from that third party, but getting that high ground position immediately. Leveraging that to get the dub. Well played from them. So Supreme Genesis and Cobra Cartel NA, both off to very good starts. Gonna be feeling good in the points category right now. go ahead and restart this game, and then I'll refresh this page, check out the scores. Whoop. Here we go. If you guys want to check out the scores yourselves, feel free to go to vrel.gg. That's vrel.gg. And just keep navigating to the Pop 1 tournament section. So still waiting a second for these scores to come in from the teams there. Supreme Genesis with the 6 kills. First place that game. Really well coordinated and played, moving in those last 2 zones, waiting until they had an opening without a sniper staring down at them to move from the houses across toward the apartments, and then moving in to get on top of the apartment that Cobra NA had held for so long at the ideal moment, right when some of them were dropping down looking for kills on the other Supreme team right underneath them. So Cobra NA in first, though, with the second place, 10 kills, 4,100 damage. Cobra NA, definitely a heavy favorite. Would be a huge surprise to not see them advance to the semifinals here. It's the other teams who are going to be fighting for those second and third place places. So 4 teams here: Supreme Genesis, Intoxicated, Apex Predators, Supreme Fatal. 4 teams fighting over these 2 spots, because Cobra NA is going to be really, really hard and unlikely for them to be knocked from the top 3 the way they're playing and how talented those 3 players are. And a tough start for Intoxicated and Apex Predators. Apex running into that buzzsaw of Cobra NA early in the lobby. We'll see if they are able to avoid it better this game, or if they can take the challenge head on. How they adapt their strategy moving into game 2. So Cobra NA with 29 points, Supreme Genesis 22, Supreme Fatal with 10, and then G4 and Apex with 5 each. And game 2 already starting here. While these assets load in, I will let C-Brad know to take more time in between games. And we'll go right back to the action here. So here is Apex Predators potting out this game, avoiding that hot drop. So this game, instead of being right next... Wait, let's see where all these teams are before I congratulate them on not being right next to Cobra NA on the drop. We've got Team D at Farmlands, Apex Predators. Team A, Supreme Genesis, fresh off the win, dropped at Metro.
Supply drop deploying to planes.
Team C, Cobra NA at Defiance with their teammate Skit at the tower. Then a couple teams near Outpost and Observatory. We've got Team E, that is Supreme Fatal here at Outpost, and Team B, Intoxicated, across the street at Observatory. They're both looking at each other across this gap, wondering if one of the teams is going to push across. Not much loot as this game just got kicked off. So low resources, every bit of damage counts, and ooh, Function barely dodges that op shot from Unethical. Definitely a scary early game weapon. Scary late game too, but early game when there's not many shields, one sniper shot can really set you back. And right now, neither of these teams looking to close the gap. Is Unethical taking sniper shots. Got an AKM as well. Fuse losing his shields right after Function loses his. So already some damage here for Supreme Fatal. We'll see if they decide to push it at all. Chimkin and Unethical looking to close the gap from them to Fuse, seeing him drop back. And now Winter reveals his position, so they know where all 3 are, so they can make an educated decision here. What's Supreme Fatal going to do? Chimkin, man, pushing in. Unethical as well. They're looking to get up onto the cylinder, get the challenge in. They take down Fuse. Chimkin, man Now they've got Winter on as well in the 2v1. Unethical looking to get the angle, force Winter off, and does exactly that with Chimcam Men in front. Nicely done. 2v1 after 2v1, tightly grouped up enough to not let Winter help Fuse there. Getting the 2v1 off in time before Winter's there for backup, and now FFXYZ function on the run from the Buzzsaw Supreme Fatal right now. And while he's running, let's check out the rest of the map. Oh, actually, looks like he stopped running. Getting in this corner for a minute, and who probably doesn't know that he's... There you go. Yeah, he's glitching out of that box. He thinks he's inside that box right now based on where his name is, but he's glitching to where his head is peeking out. One of his teammates needs to come and tell him, dude, you're peeking out. They're going to see you. This is getting scary. But it looks like that might... Is that just our view, or do they see him? No, I think that's just on our screen. Maybe he's hidden in real life. Because Angelic walks right by, not seeing function, as two other teams fighting over here. So Apex Predators getting chased by Cobra Cartel NA once again. Team D started all the way across the map at Farmlands, and they've navigated all the way across plains up to Outpost. Mac getting hit with a sniper. Gotta look to get over the wall safely there. So this zone does favor Outpost, so not a bad idea to rotate up to Outpost. Find themselves some nice high ground position into the late game. So 3 teams of 4 fully alive. And then 1 solo hiding in a box here is Function. Assuming his character isn't really glitching out of the box right now, otherwise Angelic probably would have spotted him. And all these teams, these 4 teams of 3 at the 4 corners of the map, utilizing all the space they have. Team C, Cobra NA working in from plains. Team A, Supreme Genesis taking snipes their way. Gonna move across Kingdom. Forward Observatory gets the zone. And finally, Angelic Messenger does find function in that box to finish off G4 Intoxicated. So, rough start for G4 Intoxicated. That's gonna be an opportunity for the other teams to get into that top 3 if one team is not in the running as much. Especially Apex Predators here, coming off of a bad game 1, eliminated in 5th place. They're looking to turn it around right here. But right now, so much space for these players. They're relaxing in all the different corners of the map. Ooh, Colin getting hit in the head with a sniper. Well, a lot of the teams relaxing. Cobra NA closing the gap across plains to Kingdom. Getting themselves a little bit closer to Team A here. Mr. Awesome Jr. and the rest of Supreme Genesis do have the zone right now. So it's going to be on Cobra NA to make it up from the outside in. But hitting an op shot there on Awesome Jr., making him use some shields. Damn, well, narrowly missing that op shot of Mr. Awesome Jr. Calm before the storm here. These teams very coordinated right now. Like tough turtle shells. Takes a lot of force to crack it. But whenever one of these teams pushes hard in full force as a 3-man squad, there's definitely enough force to crack these tight shells of defense. And now with Cobra NA moving around into this position, they actually kind of swapped corners with Team A. Maybe intentional there, as this corner is the most open in plains. Cobra NA taking a position with a lot more hard cover and ability to navigate to later parts of the zone. So using their intimidating aggression to find good zone positioning as of right now. Meanwhile, up on the Twins, Chimkin Man seeing Skit push in a little bit closer. Spraying with the P90 a little bit. Gonna want to get his head down, otherwise he's gonna get opt.
60 seconds.
He's just gonna fall back a little bit. Skit looking to close the gap and get up onto this position. Take a battle with Chimkin Man position, potentially. And here it is. Actually, Good Bet following up. It's gonna be a 2v1 if they can get it. But Angelic and Unethical are below if Skit and Good Bet open themselves up to those flank angles. And now Chimkin Man actually dropping off smartly. Not looking to get the 2v1. Unethical helping out here as well. So all of Team E in this little section of the map. As Cobra NA forcing teams out of their spots back to back. Good Bet building up on top of those twins. Such an exposed spot, but if you can put enough builds down, you can make it so you just peek the angles you want, just as Good Bet's doing here. Skit and Danimal taking these head peek angles at close range, though, putting heavy pressure onto Team E. And from behind, it's the flank from Team D. This is going to make life hell for Team E. It's Feathereth from the rocks from behind, trying to take shots at Unethical. And Chimkin Man barely survived there. Popped the banana on 2 HP. And now burning in the zone. All these teams going to have to move all the way over here to survive. Cobra NA is starting to make that move. They have open space. Gonna be a lot harder for Team E as they have Team D in front of them. So here's Supreme Fatal. Angelic Messenger taking the lead, moving in, but Apex Predators actually dropping back into the zone, not looking to hold them out of the zone. Not enough open streets to really punish players for moving across an open space, but they're actually running into another squad on the other side of the map. Colin, the 5, and Mr. Awesome Jr. on the ground with their teammate on the satellite above, but everybody for Team D underneath in the hangar here, so Colin smartly dropping off. Pink Ponage up top. He's got a nice angle on the satellite where a lot of players can't see him from other squads, but he can still take some snipes, and there he does hit the snipe on Mac. Pulls out the Uzis instead of the Max. Takes some shots with the dual wield. Fighting going on the other side. Nope, just some long range spray. Players looking to shoot as much as possible, put pressure on opponents' builds. As Pink Ponage gets a lot of damage on the Feather, they're looking to apply a little more aggression here. As both these teams outside the zone, Team A wants to clear a path to get to that next zone. Mac looking a little open. Pink Ponage punishing that help a little bit with the head peek. 3 players so in sync. Head peeking and reloading, and Skip from behind takes down Mac with the AWP. That's going to help out Team A a little bit. Turn this from a 3v3 into a 3v2. Colin gonna get those shields up on the head peek here. And now they see Team D backing off. They know the opening is there, but as Team D's backing off, Skit is catching them with his AWP shots. Max trying to rotate across. Found by Pink Ponage and Mr. Awesome Jr. Only Colin the 5 alive inside here. Sorry, make that only Feathereth alive here for Team D. Apex Predators in danger of being the last 2 positions in the first 2 games, and there, Unethical takes down Feathereth. So these 3 teams in the top 3 again, 2 games in a row. Looking at a potential top 3 early here in the quarterfinals. These 3 teams trying their best to punch their ticket to the semis. And Cobra NA running the zone right now. Danimal taking snipes. As Chimkin Man, Unethical both burning heavily in the zone, trying to make it in. Unethical forced to fly open, just like Chimkin Man, but so desperate to get into the zone that Chimkin Man dies to some bullets instead. Able to survive for a minute and make the zone, give themselves some hope. And fortunately for Team A here, they do actually get the zone. It's a little bit of satellite, not going to be very advantageous for Team C, as it's quite open to other players who will be looking at them. But with enough builds, these good players could make it work. So right now, a little bit more calm as we went from 4 teams to 3 teams, tightly grouped in their little corners. With 3 teams left, both of these all 3 of the teams hoping that the other 2 will fight each other first and let them into the top 2 as Skit takes down Angelic Messenger with the op from full health to no health. And now Unethical with no bananas, dying outside the zone. And now 3v3 here. Danimal on the high ground, Skit and Good Bet pushing underneath. And this underneath push is going to let Danimal stay up top A little bit better. And a headshot there from Daniel. 148 on the call-in. How's Skit going to look to take this high ground right in front of them? Spraying them with the AK and ping ponies with the DT. Skit shooting back with his own DT. Solid Colin climbing up with those builds. Skit defending himself with his own DT. A trade there as ping ponies gets the kill. Goodbet and Danimal both up on this high ground, spraying down. Let's see how they elect to play. Oh, Danimal with the AWP shot. Now they've got the 2v1 ready to go. And they're going to move in on that. Both of them jumping off, flying in. Mr. Awesome looking to get him as they move through the air. Getting a lot of shields off the Goodbet, but no kills from Mr. Awesome Jr. A 2v1 here for Goodbet and Danimal. Mr. Awesome looking for something lucky, but no. Danimal and Goodbet able to finish off the 2v1 with less than 200 HP between the two. And Cobra NA takes the win this time. But them and Supreme Genesis fighting each other in the top two again. And looking like we might have an early top two in this lobby between Cobra NA and Supreme Genesis. We will see if that maintains as the top two throughout these games, but both of those teams have to be feeling good halfway through these quarterfinals. I'll refresh here, get that second game of scores in. These players probably taking a minute to send those scores up anyway. So yeah, G4 Intoxicated still just at 6 points. Apex Predators only at 10. Supreme Fatal had 10 going into that game, but had a decent third place game again. So Supreme Fatal is definitely going to be that bubble team in third place, trying to hold off Apex Predators and G4 Intoxicated. Fatal has been very coordinated so far. We'll see if they can continue that, if they can use their positioning well, use their teamwork well. This is a 5-team lobby where those skills and attributes are going to be heightened and play a larger role and allow them to get points just by playing smart. Oh, we're fresh again. See if we've got any more deets. Okay, so no score from Supreme Fatal, but Cobra NA and Supreme Genesis definitely separating themselves at 53 and 40 points respectively. Let's see if I can join this lobby. We'll see if Seabrad is still on the quick trigger and starting those matches. Gotta go fast. How did Cobra do game one? They got second place. Yeah, one team did not show up. Clarity. Oracle CX4 only did not come through, so only a 5-team lobby instead of 6 here today. We've got Cobra NA. She's on these scores here. Second place, 10 kills, 4K damage in game one. And in game two, following up with the first place, getting almost 34, 50 or more damage in their first 2 games. So Cobra NA absolutely laying down the lead early in this lobby. Yo. Already 2 games in the books here. We'll see if I refresh. We see exactly what Supreme Fatal's score is. As so far we've got Cobra NA at 53, Supreme Genesis at 40, Supreme Fatal at 28, and Apex Predators at 10 in 4th place. Can't see whole scoreboard on stream. Pull up this way. No, it's a little small to view. Here's a quick view of the whole scoreboard for y'all before we move into the next game. And Sloth did post this link in the chat up above. If you guys want to check it out on your own during the games as well. But right now, a solid 13 points separating first and second, 12 points between second and third. And then a bigger gap, 18 points between third and fourth. So no 2 teams too tightly grouped up so far. 1, 2, 3, and 4 separating themselves decently as we await this game. Wow, right on cue. The game starts. Game 3 out of 4 incoming. Here's Team E, Supreme Fatal, trying to hold off that third place spot and not let Apex Predators or G4 Intoxicated take that from them. They're on the inside track to the semifinals right now, looking for their share of the $1,000 prize pool. No hot droppers this game at Frontier. Nobody looking to be in the corner of the map like that. But potting a little bit early here is Cobra NA, taking Foothills Summit. Apex Predators dropping not too far away. Is Tech banned from playing? I believe he is banned for the entire season. Clarity. Could be mistaken, but he's certainly not playing today. Yep, confirmation in the chat there. Oh, Max the Penguin beams Danimal. Wow, earlier in this lobby, we've seen Cobra NA put Apex Predators in the blender, and Max the Penguin getting a little bit of revenge there. Early game kill on Danimal. So that'll probably give them some space and time to loot up Metro. If you're Apex Predators, let's take a look at the rest of the lobby. We've got Supreme Fatal, Team E right here at Outpost. Oh, and some fighting going on over here is TTV Winter getting in the face of Colin the 5, almost getting shot from behind by Supreme Fatal, but dodging it. And Function holding off 2. No, actually, Function and Winter on the same team here, trying to get the angle on Colin. Colin laying low on this rock, just lurking in the corner, hoping not to get hit. And Winter also hoping not to get hit, getting back across to this wall as Awesome Jr. tries to finish him off. Winter pops inside, able to find some heals, but early game, always a little sketch finding heals. Ooh, Colin pushing in close on low health, and Function with the 1911 headshots him from behind to get that kill. So Team A down 1 player. After being in the top 2 those first 2 games, Team A looking a little bit shaky here with Colin getting picked off early, getting caught in between Kingdom and Observatory. Probably not expecting to find conflict in that position. And the zone shrinking as Team B pushes in. And makes sense that Team B would push in. They have to push into this spot in Kingdom to make it to the zone. Cobra NA chilling in farmlands. These 2 teams potentially engaging on the other side of the map. But for now, we've got shots going between Team A and B. Colin the 5 revived by Mr. Awesome Jr. inside the Kingdom Castle. And Team B closing in, looking for some action. And none of these teams know it yet, but I see Cobra NA lurking in, moving in from across the map, and that might be scary in the long term for the winner of this fight here, knowing how aggressive Cobra NA can be from time to time. Mr. Awesome Jr. right below Fuse, getting chased. Fuse pushing in with this AKM. Able to finish off Awesome Jr. And some nice guns to take there. AWP and a purple M10. Much better than the 1-star M10 Fuse was sporting. Feeling very ready for a close range engagement after that. So a good start for Apex Predators, like y'all saying in the chat with the first blood. Good start for G4 Intoxicated here as well, getting 2 kills onto Supreme Genesis. So the top 2 teams dying to the bottom 2 teams a little bit, but no squad wipes yet as Winter flies out in the open with Colin in his face. And Winter losing almost all of his health, able to survive, but Colin chases him down with the Matadors and turns it into a 2v2. But actually, Team A very separated. Pink Ponage over here survived and revived Mr. Awesome Jr., leaving Colin all alone. So Colin right now kind of acting as the bait, getting Team B to gravitate toward him, give him all the attention. But that's not going to be the problem for them. The problem is going to be on the other side as Colin dies. Running into Cobra NA across the street here at Frontier. And we'll see where Pink Ponage and Mr. Awesome Jr. decide to go probably toward planes here, the path of least resistance. Other side of the map, though, 2 teams in the tower. We've got Team D, Apex Predators, with Team E, Supreme Fatal outside the tower. Feather looking outside the tower, unethical. Watching that vent. Winter dies outside the zone, so only 2 left right now. 4 intoxicated as they move into the zone. Mac moving into the tower. No, this is the full squad in here. Right now, sort of a stalemate. No, they move around outside. 3-man, Feather, Mac. Moving in on Chimkin, man, and unethical. It's a chaotic fight here. Feather goes down. Mac's looking to get revenge. Gets it on unethical 2v2 now. Chimkin taking the 1v1 on Mac. Gets him low with the UMP. Now 1 left. Angelic Messenger takes down Max the Penguin with Chimkin man support with the UMP. And now it's looking really bad for Apex Predators. Another game in the bottom 2, and it's going to be tough for them to recover from that. Looked for the 3v3, had an isolated fight, unable to capitalize against Supreme Fatal. Chimkin man, Angelic Messenger, unethical, all holding their own in that corner. And all these teams on this line with Supreme Fatal behind us, and none of them in the zone. Skit getting in the zone with his S85 up close. Fuse burning in the zone, head peeking with his AKM, and Skit in the zone with his S85 for real with the dome. Headshot, getting 2 down with the now maligned sniper. Showing that the Seiko can still be put to good use. Danimal killing other squads on the other side with this AWP. Getting kill on Mr. Awesome Jr. Skit looks for close range 1v1 with FFXYZ. Feeling fresh, but it's Danimal from range stealing that kill before Skit can move in. Danimal's op lining up in this game. Now 3 teams left, and it's the same top 3 we've seen every single game. Cobra NA here, Team C, Team A, Supreme Genesis, and Team E, Supreme Fatal. Consistent top 3, and with these teams making it into the top 3 in the first 3 games, it's looking like they're going to be the top 3 to go through to those semifinals. But we still got 1.5 games for the other teams to catch up. Well, really, the other teams only have 1 game left. These 3 teams have 1.5. Team E looking to add as many points here to make it hard for those other teams to catch their 3rd place spot. And Ethan, what's up? You're right. Supreme definitely catching dubs. Looking like 2 Supreme teams out of 2 will be moving on here. As unethical hits the shot on Pink Ponage. Cobra NA over here.
Battle zone
Uncontested right now, moving in, taking whatever position on this side of the map they want. And it looks like farmland zone here. Take a look at this square these players will be forced to move into. Top left of the screen, that's Team E in a tight group. Bottom left, Cobra NA with Skit and Danimal climbing the pop 1 sign, getting some position. And on the right side, we've got Team A, Mr. Awesome Jr. still down battling loot over here. And calling the 5, looking for a flank, trying to keep Team E in that corner. Danimal trying to take op shots, hits Angelic Messenger, but taking a lot of damage for it as well. Ooh, Skit in close, spraying with that S85. Good bet rapid firing with his P90. So Cobra NA, not afraid to get a little bit aggressive here. But not pushing all in so far, just trying to keep Team E in that corner. And Danimal with the P90 from range. Focus firing, taking down Angelic Messenger. Skip, and good bet moving in. Skip trying to get into the box, taking down unethical, and good bet with the backup P90, helping Skit at close range, finishing off Team E. So 3 games in a row, 3rd place for Supreme Fatal, and 3 games in a row, 3v3 between Supreme Genesis and Cobra NA. First 2 games, they split, with Supreme Genesis winning game 1, Cobra NA winning game 2. We'll see who can get game 3. And both these teams probably knowing that they've got a very good chance of advancing at this point, but all these players so competitive. They're going to want to win every fight, hit every shot they can, win every game they can, not give the other teams any bragging rights or confidence. And Skit looking to get aggressive, probably. DT out and ready to go. And calling in the tree. Skit was looking his way. Not sure if he knows where he is. He does. Gets the flank. Hits him with the S85. Only one shot goes. Quick reaction from Colin to fall down and build. But Skit still looking for some aggressive flanks here. Moving all the way around the zone here for Cobra NA. Looking to completely loop around Team A and hit him from both sides. But Colin and Mr. Awesome reacting by pushing directly toward Goodbet and Danimal up this hill, even though it's not zone. Oh, and Danimal punishing that push with a headshot on Mr. Awesome Jr. Danimal has just been dialed in with that op today. I keep saying dialed in, but Cobra NA is really in the zone right now. Goodbet's teammates in a flow state still. And Pink Ponage now trying to get an angle on Skit. Finding the isolated player is a good chance to get an advantage in the 3v3. If he's able to get this 1v1 against the isolated Skit, he's got the M10 ready. Skit with the CT. Shotgun battle, but Goodbet and Danimal closing the gap. Pink Ponage able to get the kill, but it's a trade, turning it into a 2v2. Danimal and Goodbet do have the zone. Goodbet popping the revive instantly. And a lot of loot right in front. Oh, but able to cancel the revive. Colin discourages him from popping it, but Danimal countering it with the kill, turning it into a 2v1. Goodbet and Danimal versus Mr. Awesome Jr. and Goodbet flying in for the finish with the P90. So Cobra NA taking games 2 and 3. Big rivalry. Team A versus C. Supreme Genesis versus Cobra NA, and Cobra NA on top as of right now. And let's take a look at this bracket here as we've got one game to go. Already, y'all see in this bracket, 9 teams from those first 2 lobbies have already punched their tickets to the finals. Make that the semifinals with 1 more lobby to get to the finals. And 3 teams already looking like they might have their way into the semis tonight. Both Supreme teams and Cobra NA feeling good right now. And while I restart this game, look at the bracket, I'll refresh the scoreboard, see exactly what the scenario is going into game 3. No score yet for Cobra NA here on the bracket, but I will pull it up because they're in such a lead that I think Cobra NA will be fine to advance. Probably closer to 75 points right now, even though they haven't put that last score in. But Supreme Genesis, ooh. 55 for Supreme Genesis, 51 for Supreme Fatal, and only 18 points for G4 Intoxicated, followed by 16 from Apex Predators. Now, the thing is, this is definitely possible. We saw yesterday Supreme Fugitives averaging 30 points per game. So we know 30-point games aren't just feasible, but a team can make it the norm. Let's see if G4 Intoxicated or Apex Predators can turn up and have one of those huge games. First or second place, 10 kills, 3,000 plus damage. That's what those 2 teams are looking for in this final match. One of those huge games. And then also at the same time, they would also need Supreme Fatal to have a weak game, getting 4th or 5th and low kills. And even then, they would only be surpassing Supreme Fatal by a few points, looking at the scores right now. So this is gonna be tough for those 2 teams on the outside looking in. And nicely done so far by the top 3 teams, Cobra NA, Supreme Genesis, and Supreme Fatal. Alright, so loading back into the lobby here. These players ready to start that final game. And checking in on Cobra NA's score for y'all. They did get a first place 10 kill game, 2,000 damage to boot, and they do go to 79 points overall. So definitely completely safe. Cobra NA at 80 points. Supreme Genesis over 55 points. Both of those teams gonna be good to go, make it to the semifinals. Supreme Fatal is the 3rd place team as of right now with 41. But 41 points compared to 18 after 3 games. It's looking like they have the advantage, but we'll see if there's a reversal of fortune coming or not. with the consistency we've been seeing from Supreme Fatal, third place every single game, wouldn't be surprised to see them get third place again in Game 4. If they can do just that, they'll be fine without giving any other teams the chance to pass them up. But if Supreme Fatal goes out in 4th or 5th, that's when it'll get sketchy. As here, the game starting off, Apex Predators potting out. They're going to need a big game. Cobra NA dropping, feeling safe. We'll see if they play any looser here, knowing that they have it in the bag. Just looking to have fun. We'll see. Skit. You know, I said that, and Skit is actually potting out solo. Looking to just go solo in this lobby all by himself. So, definitely looking to have some fun here. Ooh. So we do have Team E hot dropping. Well, maybe not hot dropping, but dropping in the face of Team A. So if Team E goes down early here, that would open the door as Angelic Messenger and Unethical getting tagged early from Mr. Awesome Jr. head peeking there. And Mr. Awesome Jr. getting healed by Collins. Shields, and ooh, Skit on the solo on the other side, taking down Function. We'll see if he's stopped or not, but this is definitely a fight to look out for. Team E goes down. That's what would open up a chance for a dream for those other teams. But instead, it's Chimkin Man taking down Mr. Awesome. No, he takes out Colin. Mr. Awesome takes down Angelic Messenger. So a 2v2 now. Team A versus Team E. Mr. Awesome looking for the closer range op shot on Unethical. Waiting for that head peek. Unethical knows it's there, so not going to take a prolonged head peek and expose his face to that AWP shot. Mr. Awesome looking for it anyway. Hits him in the body. Flying in off of that with the AKM. Got him on 50 HP. Unethical going a little bit low. This is getting scary early if you're Supreme Fatal. And Unethical goes down. Chimkin Man over here is looking to revive Angelic Messenger. Gets him up. But now it's also getting scary for Team A. Now they are safe in this lobby in terms of advancing to the finals, but Good Bet pushing in. Now taking this angle on this little corner and forcing Mr. Awesome Jr. to drop back. Oh, face cam on. Thank you. Well, you don't want to see me? No, I got to get that full view, y'all. Better than showing the scoreboard, am I right? So, Unethical and Angelic able to get revived by Chimkin Man. So, disaster averted there for Team E. An early fight there at Observatory. And now, Team A dropping way back with Pig Ponage all the way at Farmlands. And Cobra NA actually the closest squad challenging them now with only 2 out of 3. So that outside chance for Team E to die and those other teams to slide in might be fading a little bit for those 4th and 5th place teams. Here is Skit. He's actually soloing right now. Just looking to have some fun in the final game. One of the most confident players in all of Pop 1. You can tell by the way he plays. And he backs up that confidence with getting kills quite often. Already getting a kill on Function early soloing. We missed that one. We'll see if we see any other Skit solo kills. Oh, thank you, Sloth. So after that early action, a little bit of quiet, but we do have Cobra NA working their way toward the tower. Skit has a general idea of where Winter is. And he's giving his teammates probably some intel on that, so they know. Danimal and Good Bet know that they only have 2 to deal with in the tower. Now pushing toward Function in the tower with them. Function running into Skit. May get killed by Skit again. Now he's pushing in. He's got his DT-11 ready. Able to take him down with the accuracy and the quick reloads. So the rest for Team B already... Oh, Fuse halfway up the tower, but running into Apex Predators. Mac takes down Fuse, so only 1 left. For Team B, not looking good for G4 Intoxicated. TTV Winter holding on to dear life, needing a big game, and starting off with some deaths is not the way to get that big 10-kill game they need. As Skit takes down Max the Penguin with the AWP. Where did he find that kill? Oh, looking straight up. Skit finds Max the Penguin hanging from the rafters in the tower. And now Cobra NA grouped up after Skit. Oh! And they find Mac flying off of the tower. And that is it for Apex Predators. And their dreams in the VREL playoffs are dead. The dream's still alive for Team B. G4 intoxicated. But in the first 3.5 games, it's looked more like a nightmare for them. As Fuse and Function here with barely anything to work with. Chimkin Man and Unethical aware of their positioning. And if they see any damage, they know they're on health. Angelic gets the kill. Function in the corner. And I'm watching Team B here because if they go down, it is officially the top 3 going through. If it's not official already. So Function hiding in the corner here for Team B. And then TTV Winter getting chased by Goodbell on the other side, looking for op shots on Skit. Who flies over and gets a big shot, but he's getting shot by Goodbell and Danimal as well. Danimal takes down Winter. Function, the only one alive here for G4 intoxicated. And they're going to need an absolute miracle to make it through the playoffs. Right now, it's really looking like 2 Supreme teams plus Cobra NA gonna make it through to the semifinals unless something crazy happens. But anything is possible with the power of revive farming. Season about to begin. Joey Z, this is the playoffs. Top 3 teams out of 6 in each lobby advance. We'll show you the bracket after this game. Get the full recap of the playoff picture. But after this, we will be moving to the semifinals. And it looks like Team E, Supreme Fatal. Team A, Supreme Genesis. And Team C, Cobra Cartel NA are going to be the 3 teams moving on from this lobby. But Skit getting caught in the open a bit by Pink Ponage. Gonna drop back. Shooting at his own teammate there, good bet. That's right, dreams of winning in that cash prize. Winter and Function visualizing that money burning before their eyes right now. Oh, and Winter trying to close the gap across this open space. Able to build before time, but losing a lot of health in the process. But they are going to have to move. Actually, they do have zone and observatory. They don't have to move across, but they do need some kills. Oh, Fuse also alive and alone here for Intoxicated. Looking for a big flank on the other side here. And really, they need Team E to be the next team to die. If Team E gets any more positioning points, there's literally 0 hope for Team B. And see if they can wipe them out right here. But Fuse has Angelic and Chimkin Man pushing in aggressively. Fuse not stopping them from closing that gap. They're going to get a close range 2v2 off here. Angelic pushing across the gap. Takes down. Man, Fuse takes down Angelic, but goes down immediately. And that definitely favors Team E, the team in the points advantage right now. So as the 3 teams have basically already advanced now, just playing for bragging rights, as Skit takes down Colin outside the zone, but Pink Ponies with the quick avenge at range with the RFB. Both for Supreme Fatal in here, but Mr. Awesome Jr. going down to that angle with the AKM. So now only 1 alive Pink Ponies for Supreme Genesis. Meanwhile, all 3 alive for Cobra NA and for Supreme Fatal. And for Supreme Fatal, they've been in 3rd place every single game. They would love to get 1st place in this last match. gain some confidence going into the semifinals. It's unethical, getting a lot of damage on the Goodbet. Looking to keep Danimal and Goodbet down in that corner from this high ground position.
Octopoint to outpost hill.
Meanwhile, Pink Ponage in a pretty nice hiding spot for now that will be sufficient through to the next zone. This hiding spot might be enough to get into the top 3, maybe even top 2, depending on how much these other teams fight each other. Cobra NA looking to push across this gap, get this satellite position, have some high ground for the next zone. We saw them win off of this very same satellite. Actually, they won off of this satellite earlier in the lobby, looking to get another satellite win right here. As Skit head peeking off that high part of the satellite with his MP5, and now Team B looking to move into the zone. But they've got a big open space to move into, and Fuse going down in that open field. Unethical with his AKM. Winter and Function down bad. Low health. Function with the shields, but not enough to stop Skit from knocking him. Now just Function alive for the squad, trying to do something. Heal, revive, anything, but it all slips away. And that is it for G4 Intoxicated. And these are officially the last 3 teams moving on to the VREL semifinals. Still in the running for that cash prize. So we've got the 3 stack here. Chimkin Man near the drop. Unethical and Angelic at the cylinder. Holding down the zone. Trying to get Danimal dead as he's building up on that satellite. Trying to build out of that open position. Able to get out of it. Skip moving in a little bit on the ground here. But Pink Pony is still hiding in this corner. Probably going to stay as long as possible. All alone. With no friends alive to help him out. Danimal, seen him hit some nasty shots at the op from these high grounds earlier in the game. Let's see if he's got any more in him. Oh, he hits one on Chimkin Man as he pushes across to Skit, and that's how to help out your teammates from range. Good bet getting tagged by the Magnum of Unethical there. And Danimal gonna hear the burning in the zone, but Pink Ponage kills him before he can fully react. Nice kill from Pink Ponage. And good bet on low health. It's getting a little bit sketchy for Cobra NA as good bet goes down. Only Skit alive here. Pink Ponage. We'll see what he can do here. Same with Skit, both from outside the zone soloing. Skit takes down Pink Ponage just before dying outside the zone. And that is it. Team E does get their first place of the round. And Team E getting the dub to cap off a nice day for them to make it through to the VREL semifinals. Supreme Fatal along with Supreme Genesis and Cobra NA. So once again, this is the bracket that these players are a part of. This lobby was the bottom right, and now they can finally fill it in. Pink and full-on Weasel. Playing like a rat and working out pretty well. Able to get a kill. So close to killing Skit and getting that second place. And let's see. Yeah, looking at this bracket, it is those 3 teams. The 2 Supreme teams at the bottom right advancing. And Cobra NA advancing. So congrats to those 3 teams. And Apex Predators and G4 Intoxicated not able to get it going in this lobby today. Cobra NA and the Supreme teams coming very prepared. Looking like they knew exactly what they wanted to do in every game. Able to execute. And let's see if we've got a final score refresh in here. And yeah, Supreme Fatal getting 3rd place. 3 games in a row. Then following up all those 3rd place matches with a 1st. Waiting for the final scores to come in for a second here before I put them off. Supreme got 4 teams in. VRS got 3 teams into the lobby yesterday. Some of these bigger clans, maybe actually earlier today for VRS, getting those 3 teams in. Just gonna wait on those final scores to come in and get a recap. As these three teams advancing, definitely happy. So what 6 make it to semis? So from the bottom right here, it's going to be Supreme Genesis, Supreme Fatal, and Cobra NA from that bottom right lobby, making it to those January 14th nighttime semis. The other 6 teams, you can see them on that left side. Fugitives, Apex Elite, Cosmic Vortex, Supreme Royals, Apex Eternals, and Just Another Crew will all be playing next Friday at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. And these 3 teams that we saw advance here will be facing off the 3 VRS teams, VR Shockwave, Synergy, and VR Stunners at 9 Eastern on Saturday. Let's see if we got any final scores in here to recap. Come on, Supreme teams. Put in your scores as quick as you take those op shots. Okay, well, we've got most of the scores, aside from Supreme Genesis. We'll go ahead and put those up for a second and check it out. So there you have it. Cobra NA getting above the 100 point mark, getting top 2 every game, getting 10 kills in 3 out of 4 games. Their lowest damage was 2,000, and all the other games they had 3,500 or more. Supreme Fatal finishing off with a big game for them. First place, 7 kills, 2,300 damage after getting third place every game and 8 kills total in the first 3 games. So definitely ramping up for those semifinals. They're going to need some more of that game 4 skill in those semifinals because those lobbies are going to be tougher. And Supreme Genesis also in the top 3. No score in the last game from them yet, but they will be moving on after starting off with the first place and 2 second places. And G4 Intoxicated Apex Predators eliminated from the playoffs today. All right, everybody. It's been a fun day. Some fun Pop 1 action, and the quarterfinals are now finalized. It's the semifinals coming up next for VREL Pop 1 playoffs. $1,000 prize pool. Next weekend, we'll find out what teams make it to the finals. It's been a fun quarterfinal, and the semifinals should only be more intense. All of these insane teams can be facing off each other. Who's even going to be able to be eliminated? All these teams are so good. We'll see exactly what happens moving forward. And speaking of that $1,000 prize pool, big thank you to all of our sponsors for helping make it possible. Haptics, Bobo VR, Caveman Studios, Degenerate Decals, Dropline, G Fuel, Kiwi Design, Mammut, and Proxymat. Who is my top 6 going to finals? Oh, that's what you're saying? Okay, let's see. Pull up the bracket. Make some quick predictions. They want the hot takes. So looking at the lobby from the left, Supreme Fugitives, Supreme Royals, 2 of the teams to beat in that lobby for sure. The third team, harder to pick. I'd say Apex Elite has the talent level to hang with anybody. Looking at the second lobby, I think, yeah, both Supreme teams plus Apex Elite going to be the favorites in that Friday lobby. And then on our Saturday lobby coming up this week, honestly, the VRS teams, they all run together in my mind. But I do think Cobra NA is a very, very hard out in these playoffs. Cobra NA will probably be making it to the finals unless those other teams can really pull off some nutty plays. And if Cobra NA gets a little bit discombobulated and overconfident at times. From the rest of those 5 teams in the lobby, probably Supreme Genesis and one of the VRS teams will be advancing. It's going to be interesting to see who. I think that Saturday lobby may be a lot more contested for those 2nd and 3rd place spots, whereas the Friday lobby may have a clear-cut top 3, especially with those top 2 Supreme teams. It's going to be scary for everybody. But really, every single one of these 12 teams left is a very scary team for anybody to run into. So the fact that some of these teams are good enough to reliably survive against those teams just goes to show how talented and in sync those players and stacks of 3 are. So that's a bit of a peek at the finals from the semifinals. That $1,000 cash prize pool up for grabs. And yeah, thank you, Mega Doomer, Chaotic, Sloth. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Glad y'all had fun, because I did. And with that, we'll call it a night. Thanks again to our sponsors, and Papaya out.